Welcome back to another episode of rebuilding my McLaren 720s. As you can see, we got all the parts painted, we got all the missing suspension components delivered, and we're ready to get to work. I'm excited. So the game plan is our lift finally opened up. So I'm gonna get the McLaren up on the lift so we can finally see the underside, but then we can finally start installing all these parts. Headlights, they install from inside, so I gotta take the wheels off. So it's gonna be a lot easier to work on the lift now that everything's almost done. Enough talking, I'm gonna get these parts out of the way and get the McLaren started and moved on to the lift. Let's do it. First look underneath. Let me grab a flashlight. Front looks good. The tub looks good. Front subframe looks good. Rear subframe looks good. Just this corner is bent, but this is not the subframe. This is just the transmission support, and it's on bolts with a couple bolts. But yeah, all in all, car looks good underneath, like nothing ever happened, just a couple scuffs on the passenger side. The main part is this bad boy right here, untouched. It's all dry, no oil anywhere. We do have a little oil here, but that was because the axle was removed, so it just dripped from the top. That looks good. Here's our suspension that I tied up with, so we can finally work on this side now. Get the proper suspension installed, install the rear bumper, install the front bumper and the headlights. Nice. All right, I installed all the sensors and all the wiring plus the exhaust trim, and we're ready to plug it back in. All these wires get connected after. That's for the third brake light, for the parking sensors, and then there's one for the camera on that side. Rear end is dialed in, everything is bolted on and looks beautiful. Now that we're somewhat finished with the rear, I'm gonna wait off on the suspension for now. I want to get to the front end. On the front, I gotta adjust this fender gaps, make it a little better. This side looks good, but the right side, they kind of unbolted everything. Everything is moving. This fender has a lot of play. Some of the bolts are unscrewed or missing, so I want to get this fender dialed in, tightened up. I'm gonna put the headlights in, make sure they work. I got these headlights off eBay, so I want to make sure they work, so then I don't have to open up any returns or disputes. And then we'll start working on the front bumper. Let me show you guys what I did. In my last video, I said I wanted to paint the side scoops gloss black, and that's exactly what I did. Check it out. So this is the right side and left side. I literally just cleared it, so it's still tacky. I'm gonna let this dry till tomorrow. In the meantime, we'll work on getting that fender aligned, get these headlights fitted and tested, and then slowly start putting our bumper together. It's waiting right here. I can start putting the headlight grills in, transfer all the wiring over. Let's get these wheels off so I have better access. Here we are. These are looking a lot better. This side looks good as well. Perfect. So everything's tightened up. Our radiator is mounted and tightened up as well. So now we don't have any play in the fender. So now I'm gonna slide my headlights in. They slide from inside and they go into this bracket and this bracket. So there's two slides at the bottom of the light, and then it's held by one screw here, and then there's a metal bracket here that goes to the top of the fender and mounts right there. Let's see if they work. Yeah, open the car. Nothing. All right, looks like we got power. The headlights are both working. Check it out. Woo! Nice. That's a check mark on the front end. Very cool. Glad to check that off the list of things to do. Now we can finally move on to our front bumper, and let me show you guys what I got for the front bumper. So instead of this original McLaren Humble front spoiler, I got this Vorsteiner carbon fiber really aggressive front lip that wraps all the way around. And the best thing is it's a real genuine Vorsteiner product, and this thing is mint condition. This one just stays in the front, and this one wraps all the way around to the sides. Wow, check it out, guys. Holy moly, this thing is looking slick. Our gaps look beautiful. That front lip looks killer. Wow, what a big difference. I just kind of did a test fit for now because I still got to take it back off, install the side grills I just painted. After they dry, we gotta transfer the wire harness for the parking sensors and the front camera. Also has to be transferred to the Vorsteiner lip. But for now, I'm very happy how it's looking. All right, made some good progress today. Installed the front bumper, got the side scoops painted gloss black, installed the front carbon fiber lip, and this thing's looking amazing. Wow, super stoked. This car is looking amazing every day. And our color turned out good, I think, for what it is. Using a custom Hyundai color, I think we got a good match. Stayed away completely from this side, matching up pretty good to the fender and the hood. It's at a little different angle, so the light varies how it hits it, but all in all, very happy. And I'm very excited about this front carbon spoiler. Everything looks good. Now I can button up the rear suspension. Let's do it. So I just need to take the shock out. Hopefully I won't have to remove the lower suspension, lower control arm to do so. And we can just push this down and install the new shock. Let's give it a go. There's our old one. Well, that's actually not our old one. We didn't have one at all. Here's the new one though, for comparison. Let's get this shock installed and finish up with the suspension. Right rear suspension is back in order. New shock is installed. All the hydraulic lines are connected. Switches are connected. Rotor, caliper, and parking brake are all installed. Car is looking good and pretty much all put together. Next step is I want to do oil change, and then we're going to do a suspension hydraulic system bleed, fill it up with fluid, and hopefully everything works as it should. All in all, the car is looking very good, almost finished. The rear is buttoned up, right rear suspension, we just buttoned it up as well. Front right suspension is good. Front end, front bumper, lights, everything is installed and secured. So pretty much not too many things left. Still waiting on my new windshield. Interior looks good. So I want to do a fresh oil change, make sure the fluid in there is clean and good, so I can safely run the car, get it up to temperature, take it for a test drive. All right, I got the McLaren up in the air. We're gonna remove this metal shield to get to the drain plugs and the oil lines and the sump pump. So it's 10 mil bolts all around. I got the shield off, and here's our drain plug. So we're going to drain it from the drain plug, and then we're going to disconnect this and this oil lines, drain it from there, and then lastly I'll drain it from this sump pump. Everything looks clean and dry. I see no issues. All the oil is drained, all the filler plugs are back on, the lines are screwed on. I replaced all the washers and the O-rings, and same with the sump pump, replaced the washer and drained the fluid. Now we can lower the car and fill up the oil from up top. Start it up. See what we got. unfortunately, since we have a suspension failure and we didn't do our shock bleeding, I can't access the oil check menu. I already put 5 quarts, and I've seen videos where they top it up after warming the car up with another half a quart and then another quarter quart. So I think I'm gonna add another 3/4 of a quart. That way I can pretty much safely drive the vehicle with that much oil until we can accurately check it after we clear all the suspension faults. Sounds very good though. The car sounds healthy. First test drive, let's do it. Suspension feels jumpy. I'm not gonna really test drive it that far. I think we just gotta get the suspension bled before doing anything else.